That was a nice throwing bomb. I do like the scaling and like how the necropolis is laid out though. Oh, I even like the unique animations from the stabs.
They're down.
Well, I was having Lucanus in my party constantly because I thought, okay, hold on. Because I need to find out, because someone told me that if you, which is funny because, okay, so there's a few things about this. So Minrathous is the city that has more... Hold on, let me grab... Saving Minrathous also means you will miss a companion quest with Lucanus, which makes continuing the romance impossible. Oh, so that's bullshit. So here's the thing with the choice in Act 1. First of all, you're choosing between Treviso and Minrathous, and I just want to lay out the consequences of both. So if you choose to save Minrathous, look, Treviso is kind of mostly in the same spot that it was. Like, they talked about how supposedly the water source was going to get blighted, but that's not entirely an issue, seemingly. Like, it's not talked about very often afterwards. Like, it's not being presented as a constant threat. And also, just the fact that the Antam are fucking morons, and why the hell would they allow... Why the hell would they have a blighted dragon blight their main source of water? Because then, how the hell are they going to actually complete this takeover? Because the whole point is they want to be able to take over with their own power. So this characterization for them doesn't even make any sense. Because the whole thing with the Antam, at least with the Butcher who is ruling Treviso, is he wants to take over Treviso through his own through his own force and strategy and tactics. So even the Antam, at least the Butcher, because it's made clear in the lore, the Antam having split away is not united. There are several different factions of the Antam having splintered out that do not like each other. Like, the Butcher runs the Antam who took over Treviso. The Dragon King is the Antam who is leading the Antam's takeover in Ravane. So we don't have any type of consistency here. But from what we heard and what we know about the lore for the Antam's takeover of Treviso, specifically the Butcher's takeover of Treviso, is that he took over Treviso solely because he wanted to prove that he could. He took over Treviso because it's a merchant city, and taking it over would mean plenty of gold and glory for themselves. And since they also already had an established military fort, they could just move in right there. And they could take over martial control of the entire city and show that without the Qun, they don't need the... Or it was basically a show of force to say, hey, we don't need the Qun to take over these giant cities. We can do it ourselves. So allowing the gods, Gillenane specifically, to blight the city, which not only fucks up their main source of water, which, how the hell are you going to keep your army going? Because last time I checked, Qunari are still humanoid. They still need water to survive. How the hell are you going to keep your army hydrated? Because now your primary source of water is fucked. And two, it goes against the Butcher's entire ideology and what he was trying to prove with his takeover of Treviso, which is, I can do this with my forces alone. I don't need help from the Qun. I don't need help from the Ben Hasrath. I don't need help from any other useless Antam warlords. Like the Dragon King, for example, who set up shop in Ravane. Like, I don't need help. That's the entire purpose of his philosophy for taking over Treviso. And then he allies himself with Gillenane and allows a blighted dragon to blight not only their primary water source, but also to fuck up the city to the point where it's not even livable for them either. Like, the whole point with the blighted dragon causing chaos in Minrathous is it wasn't really spreading blight, it was kind of just setting things on fire and causing general amounts of chaos. And the fact that Minrathous actually gets it significantly worse than Treviso does, which is the funny part, because if you decide to help Minrathous, then Treviso is, I mean, it's blighted, but for the most part it seems kind of okay. Like, the blight is everywhere, but like, there's not a significant lack of people. Like, the people are still in the same spots they were prior to it being blighted. With Minrathous, like, a shit tons of parts of the city are destroyed, whereas Treviso is in exactly the same condition. Nothing is destroyed. It's just certain parts are blighted. But aside from that, everything still looks exactly the same, just like, sort of like the blight overcoat over it. But also, in the case of not helping Treviso, none of the main characters die or become blighted. Tea, Ilario, and Viago are all fine. So is Lucanus. But in the case of Minrathous, the Shadow Dragons lose their fucking hideout because the Venatori attack them, and Viper gets blighted and is literally on death's door and is set to die. Also, if you choose to not help Minrathous, you can still romance Nev. But if you choose to not help Treviso, you lose your access to romancing Lucanus. Which is fucking stupid. And also, let's get to the core issue of this problem. I am one person with a slightly magical dagger, and you're putting the entire weight of saving an entire city on me and like a couple ragtag group of people. And also, last time I checked, because when I went to go save Minrathous, I took Davrim and Nev. What the fuck was everybody else doing? Because we hadn't recruited Emmerich or Tosh yet. But I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so I'm going to go save Minrathous with Nev and Davrin and me. Just the three of us, by the way. And guess who went to go help Lucanus and Treviso? Not only did Lucanus have the aiding, first of all, the fact that he's an abomination has the backing of the spite demon inside of him. He also had Tea, Ilario, and Viago all helping him. All of which with their own unique abilities. He also had Bellara, Harding. I'm thinking, hold on. You'll come to me in a second. Hold on. We didn't have Emmerich. And we didn't have Tosh. Okay, so he at the very least had Bellara, who is a Veilguard who has devastating magical powers, and he had Harding, who just acquired the ability to create and literally lob giant boulders around. And I only took Davrim and Nev. Now, if the choice was, hey, we have to choose one city and we have to take the entire party that we currently have with us to go save it, and the other one will be left to essentially fend for itself, that would actually be a choice. But as it stands, I took Davrim and Nev only with me to go fight the dragon in Minrathous, and we didn't even kill the damn thing. We barely even hurt it. Meanwhile, Lucanus got Harding and Bellara, and they're not even present. There's no unique dialogue with them in in Treviso after it gets blighted. And Ilario and the other crows, including Lucanus, blame me for not choosing Treviso. And I'm like, you were there with two of my fellow agents. You had more power in you than my entire party usually does. Because, remember, none of the Shadow Dragons were even helping us during the attack on Minrathous. The Archon's Palace, which would naturally be firing, because this is the thing, somehow Minrathous ends up way worse. Viper gets blighted, the Shadow Dragons lose their primary hideout, even though, and like I said, in Treviso, if it gets blighted, they don't lose their primary hideout, they're still in the Cantorini Diamond. They're still holed up there just fine. I mean, the lower levels are blighted, but it didn't really affect us at all. It didn't, like, make us lose options or anything like that, so that's... Anyway, but, like, it's weird. Treviso is the merchant city and doesn't have any other defenses except for the crows, and they end up better off than Minrathous does, because in Minrathous' case, they have the Archon's Palace, which shoots giant laser beams at enemies and things that threaten the city, So even if the Archon's Palace was being taken over by the Venatori, like, I'm assuming those defenses are kind of like on auto, just like how the street signs are just naturally floating. Why would I? It's just, there's no sense to it whatsoever. Manrathus was much better defended, and the Venatori didn't even want to destroy the city, because what would be the purpose of destroying the city in order to take it over? Remember, they want to restore the glory of the Tevinter Imperium. So yeah, the Blighted Dragon may be going around destroying a little bit, but like, I would have expected them to mostly use the dragon as kind of a distraction. Instead, the Shadow Dragon, it's just, God, it's a fucking mess. Because, I mean, like I said, the Archon's Palace would be firing at the dragon. Just on balance. And it's just like, there is a very clear choice here. Like, if you choose not to help Manrathus, they get seriously fucked up. Whereas if you choose to not help the Crows, they have it significantly easier. And in fact, the people seem to be far more, at least in the lore, the people seem to be far more galvanized to the Crows' cause and in driving out the Antam. Whereas in Manrathus' case, the Shadow Dragons practically lose everything. Their main leader is blighted and is actively dying, and they lose their primary hideout, so they're working in, like, the slums and stuff. And I'm like, there's a very clear choice here between the two based on the consequences. You have not made it equal in terms of the consequences. Manrathus clearly has it significantly worse if you choose not to help them. And also, if you choose not to help Manrathus, despite how completely fucked up they get compared to Treviso, you can still romance Neb. Whereas if you choose not to help Treviso, they don't get dealt anywhere near as much damage if you choose to, compared to if you had chosen not to help Manrathus. And Lucanus still chooses to not romance you anymore, or his romance gets locked out. Which is bullshit. And also, like, bringing back to that main point, I am one person with a magical dagger. I had Davrim, who was relatively new to the team, and he's just a regular Grey Warden. Neb is a Shadow Dragon, but she is... And it's not like Lucanus didn't have any help. Like I said, he had Harding and Balara. I am one person. We are not commanding an army. This is not like an Inquisition where if you choose to help the mages and there's dire consequences for that because you as an established political power are choosing to side with a big group of people. Like, there's no real choice here. You're getting punished for something that's ultimately out of your control. Because you are being punished for making a choice that ultimately affected very little. At least in terms of what you could have done. We didn't kill the dragon in Manrathus, we barely injured it. Because we're one person. We're not the Inquisitor, who has massive amounts of political power and has a literal army at his beck and call. We are not the Warden, specifically in the end of Dragon Age Origins, where you have a giant army to command. Or especially during Awakenings, where depending on who you leave behind at the keep, they will die. It's just like, I'm being punished for a choice that, first of all, choosing Manrathus was the right option, because if you choose Treviso over Manrathus gets devastatingly fucked up, and the Venatori successfully take control of the city, and the Shadow Dragons lose their leader. It's just a slow death. And Tarkin loses his lover. And then everyone's like, why didn't you choose us? And I'm like, I'm one person. You guys, what difference was I going to make that you guys couldn't? It was literally like, what, 3 people? And Nev was already here with you. Not to mention whoever was, whoever I would have sent. So probably Harding and Balara. So it's just like, I'm being punished for a choice that doesn't really feel like it's actually worthy of the consequences that I've accrued. Applies weakened, detonates sundered. Applies sundered, detonates overwhelmed. Detonates weakened. I don't have overwhelm though. No, fuck it. Oh, good.
Everything's
We
calm.
cleared out all
Looks
the
like the
vengeful
candles
spirits.
worked.
I see some of my colleagues have begun the renewal of the vows.
That's good. Oh, these are the gardens. Also, apparently, if you play a Morn Watcher in this game, it's a lot nicer because because you
Thank
have a
you
lot
again
more
for
of an
coming.
in-depth
My
origin
duties
quest.
include tending to
Emmerich.
these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
Yay. It's like a kid in a candy store.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
It's all a lesson, actually.
No one's gonna seize the day for you.
Just so.
This is good for you.
That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tch. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
The spirits
Wait,
are
what?
angry that they've been abandoned.
Let's continue.
It's just like, nothing. Never mind. Let's keep going. Moving on.
So what now?
We light
This is really pretty,
candles
though.
in
Kinda reminds
remembrance
me
of
of the
the
House
dead.
of Hades.
Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon? I'm surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time
Exactly
to
like the
time.
House of Hades.
Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle?
Nice, actually. I'd almost forgotten that there's a world-ending threat and that the South has pretty much been completely destroyed. This is remember, this is happening after the Inquisitor basically came and said, oh yeah, the South has completely been erased. Like, it's completely fucked up. The Darkspawn have literally destroyed everything, including the capital of fucking Ferelden being Denerim.
Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
And we're here, fucking flower picking and
You know your
lighting
plants.
candles.
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Right. Just on the side.
This way, Rook.
You were right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried here anyway?
Excellent question. We rarely should take a new census. You'll need to light these candles as well.
I didn't even do anything. I wish there was like a
Open
special
your
little
hearts
mage
to
action
the final
to
day.
light fire.
Companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Oh, I did it first, but
The
this
Grey
is
Wards
really
have
nice.
some unusual traditions, too.
Will we burn our dead? What the?
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
Is that normal?
Ah, look here.
We're looking for a home. Hi.
Hi? Should I say hi?
It's
There they are.
curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
No, I thought I was orphaned. Oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Down here? Wait.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Hey, I like that line.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still join the Watchers?
They're what saved me.
Damn it, I actually like
Come,
him.
the next
Not like
set
a
of
romance
graves
level,
lies
but like I
ahead.
just like him as a character. Hey, did I just see someone move? Oh, it's just another one of the Morn Watchers. I haven't seen anybody else here. I'm surprised the Morn Watchers aren't like... Oh no, that's Manfred.
Please, light the next candles if you would.
I feel like this would be good in isolation if the world wasn't actively being
There's
destroyed
much to
as
recommend
we
about the
speak.
rhythm of a ceremony.
We're going around lighting candles and playing with wisps while the Inquisitor is getting his ass handed to him, and the entirety of the South has been
It's
fucking
our
destroyed.
worst hours. As a
Can
boy,
we
the
talk
Watcher's
about
rituals
tonal-
were exactly what I needed to steady my
I'm trying
days
to
with
think of.
purpose.
Can we talk about tonal
And
hypocrisy?
some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality. All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before.
Oh, Manfred's playing with a wisp.
We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding
Yeah.
that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light.
Can I light him? Thank you.
Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell.
Oh, that one.
Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Those are demons.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watcher, faith kept in all our paths.
What was,
Keepsake.
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
That's it. This was nice, actually. Again,
so
tonally,
you were really afraid
completely
of this
fucking
place as a
confused, but-
child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been
Slow
frightened
moment for
by the
character
thought of
building.
dying, Rook?
No, it's this constant in the Grey Wardens. It's something you literally have to think about.
Hasn't
Yeah.
everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, in sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
In a graveyard?
That sounds great. Thanks.
Probably should have chosen the romance option.
Would you mind letting Manfred pour? He does so love seeing the steam rise.
God damn it, that was all amazing. That actually felt like true Dragon Age. Like something, a quiet calm before the storm. Like that, if that had been in like Inquisition, it would have been literally perfect. I wouldn't have batted an eye. That was awesome. That was all awesome. Emmerich characterization especially was like just literally perfect. He's the only one so far that actually feels like a genuine Dragon Age character. Gavrin feels like the flavor of one, but not quite there.
I find it extremely interesting, Lucanus, that you consider the point of view of your enemies in battle.
I have to. It's much more difficult to find and kill them otherwise.
Exactly. A utilitarian attitude towards death. And yet, you extend empathy to your victims.
Not that much empathy.
Well, enough to wonder how the Venatorian Antam view your actions.
Death comes to everyone, in time. I get paid to deliver it. Like a letter not everyone wants to read.
Kind of a nice perspective. God, I need to keep the Emmerich in my party more often. He actually brings out the inherent Dragon Age aspects in the other characters. Ones that they do not possess on their own. Like, having Lucanus and Balara in the same party together is fucking unbearable. It's just so completely removed from... Ooh, one.
There's something moving inside.
Oh, grave mist isn't a wine. It's magically infused vapors captured near tombs where spirits dwell. I don't partake myself, but it's supposedly quite invigorating.
You mean you're drinking spirits? That's not creepy. Ah, no! Over here, you bozos. Oh.
Just a casual inquiry.
Mother? Haven't seen you for... Won't forget. By the fireplace. You too. Love you.
This feels like more interactive than anything we've actually seen, just because... That's weird. Should be a door here. I like this candle hot hall. Low health triggers 10% earlier. Your health cannot go above 70%. No, I'm good, thank you. Oh, he's got a keepsake now. Oh, hoo, hoo. I like that she has a maximum potion number, though. I have like 6 minutes left before I have to get off, so... See what we can get done in 6 minutes, eh? Okay, Lighthouse Necropolis is done. Crossroads is still the Heart of Corruption. Arletha, nothing new. Treviso, nothing new. Oh, I do have to go back to the... No, we already did it. It was some pretty boring-ass conversation with Isabella. Oxford Wetlands. I get what thought of you. Well, I gotta bring Davin because he's the Grey Warden, but... Applies Overwhelm, detonates Weakened. Applies Weakened, detonates Sundered. Ugh. Applies Sundered, detonates Overwhelmed. I want Emmerich! Damn. I'll manage. And also, it shouldn't be the time slow ability. Oh, right, I switched it. Applies Weakened, detonates Sundered. Yeah, except for the fact that I have a rogue, a mage, a warrior, a mage, a rogue, a mage, and a warrior. I have 2 warriors. Applies Overwhelm, detonates Weakened, which does not help me, because I need someone who detonates Weakened. Oh, applies Sundered. Okay, I can work with that. Yeah, that's fine. I would prefer Emmerich, honestly. But I'll take the demon. Detonates Sundered, applies Weakened. I don't have anything. Yeah, my rogues. Because Lars a mage, Emmerich's a mage, Harding and Lucanus are... Oh my god, that's 3 mages, Jesus. 3 mages, 2 warriors, and only 2 rogues. God, this is so unbalanced. It's feeling like Dragon Age 2 all over again. Well, I have to have Dalvin in my party, so applies Weakened, detonates Sundered. I apply weakened. I need someone who detonates weakened. Oh, well, he's got detonate weakened, but I need someone who detonates overwhelm. Otherwise, half of his abilities aren't useful. So yeah, it's going to be Davram and Lucanus. Tree of Spirits say anything today, or no? Okay, no. Ow.
Lucanus, if you lose control of Spite, I'll have to put you both down. No hard feelings.
Good. But you should know, all the people who ever tried to kill me are dead.
Tosh will have my back. You can't handle both of us.
I once killed half a dozen Venatori while stuck inside an elevator. I'll take my chances.
Hossberg Wetlands, which have been completely overrun by the Blight. Oh. Huh. This looks nice.
Rook,
FK.
welcome to the Hossberg Wetlands. I'd say make yourself
I could sense blight before we were through the alluvion.
That's the question, isn't it? Oh, one of them. What is strange is the sudden surge of blight through the Hossberg wetlands. Much like the village you found, the blight here struck too quickly, and in strange forms.
It's
Forms?
choked the whole area, and the local village, Lavendel, was caught in it. But they're survivors. We can be grateful for that.
How many people are here?
Of course, FK and I,
So you keep your eye on the big...
as far as we can tell, the gods you're chasing were...
If the Blight's really changed, then the changes are widespread.
I can almost sense something in there. Another sound under the blight's usual song.
Sensing the blight is one thing. What you're saying is concerning.
When we met, you tried to block the sound out. Now you hear too much.
If it helps, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, well, I'm a little worried now.
All right. Tell me there's a plan.
We heard rumors of the surge here and volunteered to investigate. The first warden expects a report.
If we want proof the blight's changed, then this
But the way the Blight left the village, we've had our hands full just keeping it back and...
You need more to study.
Yes. The odd growths the blight has formed, like boils, they surround Lavendel. I need more samples.
So you two are studying the...
We already had a reputation for following the weird stuff.
And it's only gotten weirder.
To help, we need to know what we're dealing with.
I'm on it.
Leave it to me.
Ah, merci. I knew we could count on you.
Just be careful out there. Even for a warden, it's not pretty.
Things looked bad before we saved that village up north.
You saved that village by collapsing a building. The first warden was furious at us.
But
Yeah,
we
I
did
was
the
the
right
one who
thing.
incurred his ire, though.
It might go better this time.
I'll get back as soon as I can.
I dropped a building on the Darkspawn's heads. Fuck him. I did the right thing. Another alluvion. Broken though. Greyhold. God, this place is so empty. How have you guys managed to keep the Darkspawn out with just the two of you? Yeah, this is the Anderfels through and through. Giant, big, sandy, empty. Oh, that's the crossroads entrance. I was wondering what the hell the doorway on the other side was. I'm like, it's a broken alluvion. They're like, nope. No, I mean, they have a merchant, though.
Oh, hello.
Finally, some stuff for Tavern, poor guy. Not even a question. This is such a massive increase. There are a few Grey Wardens here, but nowhere near enough.
Huh. Something's blocking it from the other side.
Wait, this is Lavendel? I was assuming it was going to be a little farther away than this. Not literally right on your doorstep.
You've been to the farmlands. There's a family. Voss. I'm close with them, with Ursa. They spoke of the Blight. The Blight. Before all of this happened, they knew.
Okay.
What if they knew?
If I find anything, I'll...
Okay, that was a weird conversation.
Something strange at this Gaspin Manor. People in Lavendel believe it's cursed.
Let's see where it is. Assuming it's that way. Anyway.